Hello, happy Tuesday. It's Selene. I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to go locate our video here. I hope you're having a good week. I just clicked on something, so here we go. I don't know. It's a thing. Give me a shout when you get logged in if you can find us. I'd appreciate that. I just want to make sure that we are good to go and that we're live. I'll be sharing this over to the creative group, and then we'll get moving. Here we go. This technology stuff, it takes so long. Here, post. All right. So I think we're good to go. My computer's hung, so hopefully you're seeing me okay. Oh, if we're joining me from somewhere, please let me know where you're joining from. All right. I think we're good to go. I have so much going on, so much to show you. There's an online workshop tonight over in the private online workshop group. And we are doing sketched butterflies. I'll give you a preview of that. And mark your calendars. I got some weird thing going. Hang on. Mark your calendars for September 3rd. That's better. We're going to do a bingo. My friend Cheryl and I, September 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Val, you on the West Coast, you would be 4 o'clock. So hopefully we catch you after work, because I know that 7 is a little bit late. Later than if I held it at 6, right? So we were waiting for our friends on the West Coast. So that's bingo is going to use an old stamp set called So Sincere. I hope that you own it because that's the bingo class, and I will show you some samples here. We had another online exclusive this week, which was fabulous. This house is absolutely awesome. I'll show you when I flip the camera. It'll be easier to see, but I put this together last night, and it went together in just about an hour or two. If you decide to get one, know that you need a hot glue gun. And there's a really cool video that you can just watch along and play along. So that's really good. So online workshop tonight. I'm like zipping today. Bingo, September 3rd. It's a Tuesday night, 7 o'clock with Cheryl and I. I'm so excited. The projects are done. I am actually cutting for it, so I'm going to have it all cut and prepped before I even list it. It will be limited to 36 people, and as you know, that's not a lot when it comes to bingo because they tend to sell out quickly, but I wanted to make sure that we could manage the Zoom screens and make sure if you yell bingo that we know that it's you. What else? I got my holiday pre-order, and I know that you probably want me to do an unboxing, but I haven't even broken into the box except for with my team this past Sunday. So I will try and do an unboxing. I'm going to put out a request for people who want catalogs. If you've ordered from me in the last 6 months, I would be happy to send you a catalog. If you're a demonstrator, you should be getting one from Stampin' Up! So if you haven't, give them a call. Hey, Peggy. Hey, Val. Okay, well, I can see a whole bunch of you have jumped on. So I'm just going to flip the camera and see if I can show you a better view of this house. Because, oh, my gosh, it is the coolest thing ever. Okay, hang on. I'm not usually a Halloween person, I have to tell you. But my best friend was. She's no longer with us, but she would flip for this. It is so cool. It's kind of big, so it's not even showing in my full screen here. You can tell, but this is what it looks like from underneath. I put it together kind of funny, so I'll tell you what not to do. I can tell you that this top piece fits into here, and when I first put it together, my roof started about here, and I hot glued it too far back, and I had to take a heat tool to it, lift the roof, and get it down in there, because there's a cutout here and here, so you got to get it down in there. But other than that, it was really easy to put together. Let me see if I'm... it's got like vellum ghosts and spooky little decor that you attach, and It is just so fun, and I ordered some tea lights for it so that I can light it up so that you can really see the chandelier from the inside. And it's got a fence. Oh, I left the tree over on the other side, but the fence is really cute, and it's got a tree that stands up in front. And I'm going to be leaving these out so that when my clubbers come through, they can see them, because it is a fabulous set, and I'm going to tell you, it's probably going to sell out. So if you want one, they're $18 in the online store. I would say I love it. Just saying. If you're a Halloween person, you're going to love it. You get it. All right. So this week with all my prep, I prepped club, and there are 6 bins full of stuff that is all cut and ready for club at the end of the month. And to get that all ready to go, I have a ton of scraps left over. When I say a ton of scraps, this is just like one handful of them. So I frequently cut a bunch of things like this and I throw them away. I know, sinful, right? But what do you do when you have a boatload of scraps and not a lot of time? Well, I have this idea that's been brewing in my head, and where it came from is right now we have a bunch of cute new Halloween things, but we don't necessarily have any Halloween paper just yet. I've been told that there are some coming, but so I started this idea, and I'll show you what I did. But first, let's grab the trimmer, because I want to make a quarter sheet here. So I'm going to take a card front that was up in my cabinet. Often if I'm cutting paper and I have an extra card front because I cut an extra or whatever, I stick it up in my bin. You may have seen it on Facebook earlier this week because I posted the success of my cleaning. I'm still not done, but I'm getting there. So I'm cutting this down to 5 1/4 by 4. And this was off a card front, so I still have the other piece, but that's fine. I can use that later too. But often when you cut 5 1/4 by 4, especially if you're doing it in large quantities, you end up with all of these 1/2-inch strips that just kind of sit there, right? So I had this idea rolling around in my head. Where's my seal? Here we go. Val, that would be awesome. I hope that you can join us for bingo. Actually, Trisha was already talking about it too. She's like, I need to know when your bingo is so that I can get it on my calendar. So it's official now. It is September 3rd, and the packets will start mailing as soon as this coming Monday. All right, so I have this idea. Ready? What am I doing? Well, I'm putting seal plus on my paper. Okay, so this is 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to start by just laying down a 1/2-inch strip. Now, originally I had a whole bunch of Misty Moonlight, but I was just playing with this color, so I decided to go with this color instead. And these are just literally cut-offs from what I was cutting today. There's nothing fancy about it. So normally I would be throwing these out, and now I am just lining them up on my card base, and I'm just drawing a line in the sand. There's no rhyme or reason as to where I put it, except that I want adhesive to go all the way to the edge here. So, dun-dun-dun. And I want a little more of that navy, and I only have a few sheets of the cutoff of the navy because I was cutting for bingo already. Woohoo! You guys want to see those samples? I can probably dig them out for you. And the samples for tonight's workshop, I can dig those up too. All right, so we've gone navy, crumb cake, espresso, navy, crumb cake, and then I'll go back and use the same piece, espresso, navy. And if there's a little dot of crumb cake at the end, well, that's our card base color, so I'm kind of happy about that. And I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, so on this side, on the other side is the espresso, right? So we're going to go espresso, go the other way. Crumb cake. Stop calling me crumb cake, crumpet. So fun. And the big trick to this is, physically, the human hand cannot cut a straight line. So you can't even see where you're supposed to go if you're cutting a straight line if you're doing it freehand. But when you have the piece of paper there, it makes it really easy because you can flip this cardstock over. And use it as a guide. Did I go in the wrong order? So I did, nope. And that would be crumb cake anyway, right there. So I can just leave it open. And now I'm going to flip this over and use it as a guide. Hey, Vicki. Good to see you. Good to see you last night. We have our weekly Zoom, and most of the crew is there. We have a few that couldn't be there. Let's see. Okay. So now that we got that started, let's get this party started. We're gonna go this way next. Okay. And this piece is kind of lining up. Look at that. It's the perfect angle. So I'm gonna start and put more adhesive right to the edge again. And this is just all stuff I was gonna throw away. So how fun is this that I'm using my stuff up? All right, so I'm gonna go right to the edge, but I'm gonna go a little higher than the line. So if there's any gaps in the action where I have my seam, you won't see them. And then we'll just start layering again. So crumb cake. Whoop. Stop calling me crumb cake. That's funny. We had a retreat one time, and we had a fruit cake game, and every time one of the instructors, anybody who taught a class, said the words glue dot, you could yell for fruit cake and you would get a coupon. And at the end, we played minute to win it. So the person that had the most coupons, oh, I didn't put that. That's not good. That's not a good piece. We'll go with a shorter piece, a longer piece here. Oops. Not paying attention because I'm talking about the fruitcake game. But it was so fun. Oh, good, Val. I'm glad you'll be on with us next Monday. Anybody's welcome, and you just come and bring your stuff and work on what you're working on. Like I said, last night I built the haunted house. And it is so fun to make, but you really do need a hot glue gun if you're gonna attempt it. It just makes all the difference in the world. Adhesive coming out the end there, whoops. We'll just put that to the back and you won't see it. Okay? And then, so, gotta stay in order here. Blue, crumb cake. This go that way maybe? Ooh, look at that. Fancy it. It's not quite straight. I'm gonna like let it hang over a little bit even though it's, and then blue again. But you know what? We're getting towards the end and I'm gonna use that smaller piece for the end, and then I'll have a few longer strips on the table still that I can use for another card. So honestly, if I made cards like this all the time, I would probably never run out of backgrounds. Because this is just crazy. Like if you look at the pile of cutoffs that I have, am I pulling it in close enough so you can see like the quantity? It's crazy. I have so much waste, and this is just a nice way to not waste paper. All right, so, and then the last color would be this again, so I don't need to worry about that little piece on the end. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Now I'm going to take these little smaller pieces and just get rid of them. I mean, I could save them so that if I get to the end of the row on another one, but honestly, you get to some point and you got to be like, okay, enough's enough there. All right, let me see. I have some more cutoffs over here. In the interest of using my cutoffs, I'm going to bring in, this is a 3 1/4 inch square. And I found these up in my cabinet, all pre-cut, so I figured I'd use them. This is just so we don't have to make a card base. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, that's very bright on there. Isn't that pretty? And then we can use that. And I was using this kit, and this is a refill for Paper Pumpkin. It's Memorable Meadows, and it has this navy in there. I want to find a square that's like got the navy. So let's grab the trimmer. This is a card base in that kit, so you could make multiple cards from this. It folds like that, and that was the card if you made it as intended, but you know how I do with that. Every card I make, it has to be a little different, right? So I'm going to go 3 by 3 on this, and I'm going to cut the back of the card off. And this is going to be similar to what we used for bingo. I'm very excited about it. But so if you have the bingo kit, you'd be able to make one of these after if you wanted. Did I put a hole in it? Nope. Careful there. So I cut that down to 3 by 3, and this is 3 1/4. Okay, it definitely needs something, but let's see. It's got some weird things going on here, so let me fix my scissor mark. Because when you put it against the white, the contrast there is so striking that it just pops. But I don't want it to like be fuzzy or yucky looking. Now, if the white is too bright, we could actually go on crumb cake. You tell me what you prefer. So this one's crumb cake. But I think where this is so bright, it pulls the white in. So that's it on crumb cake. And this is it on the white. You tell me what you like better. Just use the comments. I'm watching. Oh, Leslie, I can't wait till this retreat. I got some bad news about the guest house. This coming retreat in November is going to be our last one at that particular venue. And not to worry, I'll find some other things, but just so you know, they are doing renovations and they will no longer have a meeting space for us. So Debbie Bacon is saying crumb cake. I am feeling the white because I think it pulls the sky in. I'm gonna go get a ribbon too. But let's see what if you tell me white versus crumb cake. I'm waiting for your votes. I want a little bit of shimmer on there, and maybe we could make a sentiment. So I'm going to use that as a background. This is a 2-inch circle punch, and yeah, I just popped out a hole, but we're not going to see that. Oh no, permanently. They're not going to have the gym anymore. They're going to have 2 small meeting rooms in a hotel lobby, but we have other things in the works. We're just regrouping a little bit, so hang tight. It won't be forever. I was actually considering a spring break retreat in Myrtle Beach, and I have a trip planned there to scope it out over Christmas. So I'm thinking spring break, but we'll see, just one step at a time. So I'm gonna use this ribbon. So are we, okay, so we got one white and one crumb cake base. You tell me what color we're gonna use for the base. I'm still putting this together, so we have time. And lots of great memories made in that spot. Delaware. Okay. Is there a good spot? You tell me. It's all about the place. At this place in Maine, it's a religious retreat center, and when we go there, like you're a mile from the ocean, you're a mile from downtown shopping. You can go eat lobster whenever you want. It's like, it is the place. It's my favorite place. But we might actually have another place in the same town across the river. So there's that too. And it's got big bright windows and lots of light. So I'm hoping that will all work out for the best. Although I will miss the staff at the guest house. They are the most wonderful people, and I love working with them. Okay, so 2 crumb cakes and 1 white so far. And I'm gonna pop that up on dimensional. So here's where we're going. I get that ribbon there. There's a crumb cake, and here's a white. Does it need a sentiment? Should we put a sentiment on it? Yeah, I think you're right. I think the crumb cake is taken over. So let's do this. There is a direct correlation in the number of dimensionals that you use on a project to how much you love someone. So make sure, I don't even know who I'm sending this to, but I already love them so much that they should at least have 9 so that there is no droopiness going on the front. I'm only pulling off the stickiness on the 4 corners because they're sticky enough. It's just about the height. Okay. So we got that. Oh, this is coming together so pretty. And to give you some ideas, I've already also put together a couple of other bases. So this, I did it right on the card front. So this I did on a leftover white, and then this one I did on, oh, maybe it does open the other way. Nope, I did it on peach or petal pink. But I'll be able to make those into cards too. So these are just things I was gonna throw away, and I didn't. I kept them and made stuff with them. You know, I can understand that, Leslie, but you know what? We're still going to have ones in Maine, I think. So, and it's not going to be far from where that guest house is. And it's still a place to visit. I don't think that they're closing the monastery, so that's good. It's just the hotel that's going to be different. So, here we go. Crumb cake it is. Did we say that it needed a sentiment? We could, it's tough though, like, where do you put it? I would have to, like, maybe, I was thinking, that's why I punched this. I was thinking if we did put a sentiment, we could do this, and then maybe punch a circle. It's good I didn't put dimensionals under there. Let's see. 1 3/4, you say? Okay, let's use the back of this card piece that I was gonna throw away. So, but then the white is sticking out like a sore thumb. So let's go to that piece of crumb cake that we cut off the card base. And come in here. I do want to lift that dimensional. Ha! And of course it's up there. That's fine, we'll stick it in between. Tell it what to do. And then 1 right there. So, what's gonna fit on this? Heart and prayers. All right, I think this one is already on a block. So let me grab it. It's over with the bingo stuff. me see. I'm like, it's like reading hieroglyphics because I don't feel better soon. Nope. So maybe it is in here. Thankful. Aha, heart and prayers. I love that. Okay, so we're going to grab a block. And wouldn't it be convenient if I could find my espresso ink pad where it goes? But no, it wasn't where it goes. So, or we could use navy. I have the navy out. But we can also use markers to ink up our stamps. So you just put your marker on its side and swipe over with the side with the bigger lines. So this side is the side you write with. These are the newer markers. They really are fabulous. Here we go. It's really pretty. And there's dimensional there. That's funny. All right. Dimensionals. They were under here. If you call them out by name, maybe they'll come to you, right? So we have a dimensional under there, so I'm going to put a dimensional and just kind of even it out. So I'm only one dimensional thick. All right, and we'll put that one on top to finish that circle. Oof. Come on. Just want to get it even. Even Steven. There we go. So pretty. All right, and where's the butter box? I don't know what I did with the butter box. The butter box has all of my, you know what happens when you clean your stamp room? Then you can't find a darn thing. I see it. It's put away. Go figure. All right. Oh, I see what I want right in the top. So this is where I kind of just house all of my open embellishments. But this one is my favorite embellishment from the main catalog. It's stuck in the cover. It's definitely my favorite. So you guys want to see the projects for tonight and for bingo? I can show them to you. Let's see. Of course, my take your pick isn't here. Like, oh, I'm all jammed up here. That's okay. I think prayer should be nice and bright, huh? You know. Bum, ba-da-bum. It's worth it to take an extra second to get it exactly how you want it. All right. These embellishments, they jump off the page. They're gorgeous, and they really make a difference on a project. Now, when you're sprinkling rhinestones or gemstones or whatever, what I usually tell people, and this is just an easy little tip, if you do a triangle, so here's the bottom, here's the top, and then here, like, just kind of sprinkle them. It's kind of hard to go wrong when you do a triangle, but woo, those are nice and bright. I'm going to bring that down a little bit, though. I don't want them to be on the same. Yeah, that's better. Pretty, pretty. So, we'll do that, and then I'll show you tonight's workshop. We're going to be live at 7 o'clock. My daughter and husband are supposedly going out to play cribbage, so I thought it was a perfect night to do an online workshop. I have a high flyer card for you. You have the opportunity to earn a free packet for these top 4 cards with a $35 order, and if you bump up your order, you'll get a full package of the embellishments that we just used. Isn't it fabulous? And then, my nails look boho, huh? But anyway, this one is special in that we have a cool acetate trick that I'll teach you on how to get your cards to fly. And here's another one.
So this is for tonight. And I'll talk about, this is a cool measurement for designer paper that I've never done on a card before that I think is absolutely fabulous. So I'll explain all about that. And of course, Stella. And those embellishments again, they're my fave. So if you think that you're around tonight at 7 o'clock in the online workshop Facebook group, if you're not a member over there, I posted links both in Creating with Selene and on my Facebook page that's outward facing, my business Facebook page here. Okay, so here's bingo, and bingo again is going to be September 3rd. I'm cutting for this right now. In fact, it's almost ready to be put into buckets. They're going to start mailing out on Monday so that you have 2 full weeks to get them. It will be limited to 36 packets, and we'll play 6 rounds of bingo. Mary's played bingo in person. A bunch of you have. Leslie has, and we are going to have a ball. So here's the first project, and hey, it looks kind of similar. Did you notice? Ha! Okay, so there's this, and we'll make a few of these. Isn't that great with the banner going this way? So this is the, so if you're placing orders tonight to get your Simply your sketched butterflies packet, consider if you don't have the So Sincere stamp set, you'll need that for bingo. So you can put that on your order and you'll have it before we, and then this is a Z-fold card. And we'll be cutting these and from scratch. So you'll need a paper trimmer and you'll need Blackberry Bliss and now you need ink for this one. But yeah, that's in a couple weeks. So I'm very excited. Oh, and the other thing that I made last night, and we'll take one more look at it because I know some of you just jumped on a little bit later, was this house. It is fabulous to put together. I'm like, I wonder what that thing is for. It is a door knocker. It is the cutest thing ever. Yeah, absolutely adorable. I'm so happy that I picked it up and that I made one. So it's on display in my art studio. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week. Here's another peek at what we made today. I'll post it later. Oh, there's one more thing I should have talked about. We did the online exclusive of the week, and I sent out the cards. And someone was saying that they're having trouble printing the cards every week, that their printer is resizing it. So it's either huge or it doesn't fit on the paper. So I made a PDF document of all of the 4x6 cards so far to make them easy to print. And they are in the Creating with Selene group. I'm also going to email them to all of our email subscribers. So if you're not on the list, the 4x6 cards that are collecting for the online exclusives, they also have a little template in them every single week. So it's kind of a cool thing. Eventually we will make a book so that you can flip through them and have a book. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will chat with you soon. Thank you.